Hi, welcome to our channel Mansa Tutorials. This is Mansa, came here with class 7 science. So today we are going to start our session of class 7. So when we come to class 7, the first topic of class 7 science subject is food components. So today we are going to start our session on this food components chapter. So firstly, whenever we see what is food or what are its components. So in the previous classes, in class 6, we have learned that food provides us what? Energy. So it has a number of components. We can make it tasty by adding some sort of oils and other ingredients like salt, spices. They give what? Taste to the food. So this is what we have learned in our previous classes. So in this session, when we come to class 7th, we are going to learn what are the components in the food. So what does food contain? So initially in class 6 you came to know what are the ingredients in the food. But now when we are seeing in this, you will know what is the exact what is that means, what does that food contains. Okay, so what were included in that food, what is its what can we say nutritional value, we can say that. So when you see food consists of, so before going to the exact topic, first there were few questions like what is your favorite food, means only that favorite food can survive you, is that enough for your existence, such type of questions were asked. So everyone has their own favorite food. Is that favorite food only sufficient for our existence? What do we eat in our everyday lifestyle? So these all will be discussed here. So imagine something like snacks or something like junk foods are our favorite foods. Does they are only sufficient for our body? No, the answer is no, because only the junk foods cannot make our survival, isn't it? We need n number of components to our body to provide energy. So only certain type of junk foods or only rice or only dal, only junk foods, only chips, so single categorized only will not make us sufficient, will not provide a sufficient diet value to our food. That is, whatever we are taking as a food, that should provide all the components which are important for our body. So when we are taking certain food, it should have all the required components which are required to build our body, isn't it? So going into the let us go into the chapter. So in our daily life, we eat different types of foods. We take we intake different types of foods in our daily life. And from morning till evening, we take n number of types of foods. So when we are taking all this type of food, what is ultimately happening with this food? Ultimately what is happening is, it is providing us energy to run our body activities. So do we need, see, all the day we take food, isn't it? To work all the day, that's right. But do we need energy during night time? When we see this, after going to sleep, do we need energy? If this is the question rises, yes, while sleeping also we need energy, because only body takes rest, but the internal parts, internal systems start working, because even when we are sleeping also, circulation of blood will take place. At the same time, heart pumps blood, we take breath, yes, digestion process takes place. So all these processes take place even when we are sleeping. So whatever food we are taking is not only to provide energy when we are active or when we are during the daytime, but whatever food we are taking, it is even required during when we are sleeping. When we are in sleep also, this food, this energy is required for our body. So imagine if we don't get food during our lunch, or if we don't get food all the daytime. Okay, suppose if we don't get food in the lunch time, or else we got only half day food and half day we didn't get food. Suppose imagine that we are not able to get any sort of food items to eat. So what is that, what I mean is, what should we take as a food? What are the components it should be in our food? Let's discuss that topic. So listing out the food components, there is a table given in our textbook. So we need to collect some sort of food items, okay, like milk, chips, potato. They have given some list of foods, okay. We need to collect such type of foods and make a make them right in the food item list, that is in the table 1. And when you see towards its right, you find carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamins and minerals, others if any were mentioned there. So in this, what we are going to do? Here we are going to check. See, imagine if you want to know about something like milk powder. When you take that packet, milk powder packet, there you can find nutritional values on that packet. So when you see milk packet, there you find the nutritional values where it is mentioned what is the percentage of carbohydrate, what is the percentage of fat, percentage of protein present in that. In the same way, we need to repeat for all the items whatever we have taken or considered. So what are the components? For example, if I am taking like biscuits, so what are the components found in biscuits? So when you see that packet backside, you find the nutritional value of that packet. There you find what is the percentage of protein present in that, what is the percentage of carbohydrate present in that. At the same time, what components are most common in your list. If now we have listed some list, no, like milk powder, biscuit packet, curd, chips, potato, like that we have taken some list of items and we are finding out what is the percentage of carbohydrate, protein, we are considering that. So what are the components that is matching in that list? So that is the second thing we need to. First thing what we have to do, we need to find out the nutritional values. Second thing, what is the common component? Like is it carbohydrate or protein or fat? What is that common component present in the list? We need to find out that. So do we find any vitamins or minerals in them? If we find, then why? What are they? What are that names? We have to mention that also. So when we see in that, if certain things in biscuits, if we find certain things like if you come to know about some vitamin is present or some protein is present, just we need to mention even that point also. Next, are there any food items with similar components? So if any 2 or 3, if you see when you take milk powder and milk, or else curd and butter, if you are taking any same family products, then what happens? The components will be matching with each other. So after reading this table, after performing this activity, what does this activity teach us? Here what you are doing, you are collecting list of items. Next, you are mentioning what are its components specifically. So when you see this table, like the item name, components, whatever is present in that, when you see this table, what exactly strikes our mind is what are the components present in our food. So when you see this, major thing what is present in our food is carbohydrate, isn't it? So carbohydrate will be in the major, so major issue, that will be the major component. Whenever we are taking food, it will be the most percentage. Whenever you see the nutritional value of anything, you may find there carbohydrate value also. So most probably value of carbohydrate will be more in that list. So our food consists of, when you consider our food, it consists of 7 components. Okay, it consists of 7 components like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Besides this, these are 5 major components. Besides this, we also see like water and roughage also. These all are what? Major nutritional components in our food or in our diet. We need to check whether these all components are present or not. First thing, in our, what is our component, right? Means what components are present in our food. Firstly, we find carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins, okay, water, roughages. These all are different types of materials or components which are required for our diet. In our diet, when whatever diet regularly we take, these should be the major components of our diet. These all should be involved in our diet. Then that diet is known as a balanced and perfect diet. So our food should consist of carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals. Besides these, waters and roughages. What are roughages? They are fibers which are very important to our body, because whatever we intake, that should be digested easily with the help of fibers. With the help of fibers only they get digested easily. So that is also very important component of our diet. So whenever we are taking these all these all components in our diet, then our diet is known as balanced diet. It is known as perfect diet. Before going to that, we will revise once what we have discussed here. First thing what we have discussed, what food is, what does it provide us. Initially we know food is this, food is made of this, food will give us energy. But next thing, along with in the food, what components we have to take so that we will have a perfect diet or healthy diet, healthy food we are taking. So that components discussion we have seen here. And not only food is not only required, means energy is not only required when we are working, even when we are sleeping also energy also required to our body to perform certain activities in our sleep. At the same time, so when we are seeing what are the components, so before going to that we have performed an activity to know what are the food components by seeing the nutritional values, like if you are taking milk powder, what are its nutritional values, if you are taking biscuits, what are its nutritional value, chips, what are its nutritional value. By checking that, we came to know that food has certain components in it. So what are that components, what are that food components? If we are considering the food components what we are taking regularly should be like vitamins, proteins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, at the same time water, and other one is rough phases. What are rough phases? Fibers, which are very important for our digestive system. So we are saying that these all components are present in our food. So we have to know whether these all components are present in our food or not, isn't it? So to know that, we need to perform some test. So this sequential test of conducting, means knowing whether the component is present in our food or not. To know that, we need to perform some experiments to prove that this component is present in our food, this component is present in our food. That session will continue in our next class. Up to this, if there are any doubts, please comment in the comment section. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel and share my channel.